Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're back with another NFL one, and it kind of makes sense in the sense that the playoffs are back on today, and I'm going to try and watch them, but I feel like the early ones I can watch, but the later ones, they're on really, really late in the UK, and I usually sleep, at the moment, I'm sleeping quite early, so I won't be able to watch the second one, but the first games of Saturday and of Sunday, I'm going to try, and I should be able to watch. But yeah, that doesn't even matter to you guys. This video is me, the ugliest player in NFL history. And I remember this video was suggested a long time ago and I was going to react to it. And I just never got round to it. But these kind of videos really interested me. I did one on the most feared player, the most hated manager, or yeah, like stuff like that. And it's just like them things really, really interest me. But yeah, I waited a long time to get to this video and now it's here. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what this play. It just started randomly. The thumbnail of the guy, he looks creepy as hell, which sounds probably like a pretty nasty thing to say, but yeah, let's just see what he's like and what's. KTO, quality video, shout out to him.
If you have seen my previous videos, I have shown you what toughness, scary, and pure intimidation look like. If you combine all those things into a man's face, it would look like this.
Where he's lost his teeth.
This man is Jack Lambert, the centerpiece of the Steel Curtain through the
He looks
70s
huge
and
now.
early 80s.
Oh, mate. Oh, what the hell's happened to him there then? I'm guessing it's going to say, but I'm guessing he sort of has that teeth, like he doesn't have teeth in the front, and he doesn't choose to like wear them in, because it's one of those things that will intimidate people. It will show that you're not scared to do anything. I rate that a lot, to be fair.
First of all, I just love the old NFL Films presentation of Jack Lambert.
Legend has it, he ate glass and pounded his head against lockers before waging war. He announced on a Monday night game that he hailed from Buzzard's Breath, Wyoming.
Flipping
He
heck.
decreed that all quarterbacks should wear dresses.
At first, I thought they were making this stuff up.
Do you think there should be any rules changes for the safety of the quarterback?
Well, it might be a good idea to put dresses on all of them. That might help a little bit.
He said this because the week before, he was ejected for a late hit on a quarterback. Anyways, Jack Lambert would go on to revolutionize the middle linebacker position, which is odd considering he was a quarterback in high school who mostly focused on basketball.
He looks
After
really
being
skinny
recruited to
there.
Kent State to play quarterback, because of his size and quickness, his sophomore year, he moved to the other side of the ball to play defensive end, and then eventually to middle linebacker. Here's an interesting fact. He was teammates with Alabama head coach Nick Saban. Saban was a defensive back, while Lambert played middle linebacker. Lambert had also gone to school to become a veterinarian. Yeah,
Jeez.
Imagine this dude taking care of your pet. To be fair, the dude was a nice guy off the field.
Yeah, to be fair, I just seen that in that clip. He didn't, because in the thumbnail, he makes him literally look like a monster, but in that little interview of him, he just looked like a normal guy.
As this article puts it, he's a quiet, extremely private man, a
Fair
bird
play.
watcher,
I rate
and
that.
avid fisherman. He spent much of his off seasons ensuring greater privacy by building himself a country retreat about 40 miles northeast of the city.
Hey, I rate
So
that.
a nice, quiet guy off the field, but on the field, that's a whole different story.
Like a switch, I like that a lot. It's sort of like he's got his game mode and he's just got his normal mode. When he's in the game situation, he's gonna go all out for his team, and I'm guessing that's what this guy was basically like as a player.
His career at Kent
He would
State
battle
was
on the
successful
field.
enough to be drafted by the Steelers in 1974. But NFL scouts had concerns about his size and didn't believe his skill set would translate to the next level. But the Steelers saw potential in him. They had plans to play him at outside linebacker. Entering training camp, Jack Lambert was 6'4" and only weighed 205 pounds. He was so slender, when one of the Steelers administrators
wow.
saw him for the first time, he told the coaches, "Oh, there's another wasted pick." Another thing about Jack, he didn't look crazy when he first got to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's what I was
He was
thinking.
actually a decent looking guy. The iconic, toothless image of Jack Lambert started in his childhood. He had 4 teeth knocked out while playing basketball.
Oh,
The
jeez.
dentist would give him removable dentures. His mom says when he lost his dentures while swimming, he stayed out of school until the dentist made him a replacement.
Oh,
He hated the
flipping
look
heck.
that much. He wears his dentures at all times.
So he was really
except
insecure
when
about
he
that kind of
was on the
stuff.
field. During his rookie year, he was a backup outside linebacker. But fate would have it that the starting middle linebacker Henry Davis would suffer an injury. The Steelers decided to try something out and put Jack at middle linebacker.
And he killed it, right?
This would end up being one of the greatest moves in NFL history.
Wow.
He would go on to win Defensive Rookie of the Year and help lead the Steelers to their first.
He went on to win that after it not being a mistake, but it being like a last resort sort of thing. It's weird how things like that work out. Like, you wouldn't expect it, and eventually, like, someone gets injured, and now you've got your time to shine, and you just pull for
Super Bowl victory.
Props to him.
Here's how Jack Lambert revolutionized the position. Before this, the prototypical middle linebacker was the mold of a Dick Butkus or Ray Nitschke, a big, mean, downhill.
He looks like an
monster.
absolute unit.
Jack Lambert was smaller, faster, quicker, and his versatility would allow him to drop back in coverage, cover sideline to sideline, and make any tackle. Having a defense focus on the middle linebacker being this versatile in the pass and run game became known as the Tampa 2.
Jeez, that's gonna hurt.
Lambert was perfect for it. And even though he was a smaller linebacker, he could still light people up. And he prided himself
for
on
sure.
it.
I mean, he's
He was
6'4".
out there for blood and demanded the respect of other players.
I don't care that my opponents like me. I care that they respect me, though.
His famous look wasn't the reason he was a great linebacker, but it sure adds to the intimidation factor. When he wasn't in the game, he would sit alone on the end of the bench, his breath steaming out from underneath the towel that was draped over his
So it was literally like
Plus,
a little...
if you played against him, he hated you, and he would let it be known.
Was he liked by his own teammates then? I'm guessing he was, because I'm guessing in these situations, like it says, he sits on his own when he's like, on the waiting to get put back onto the field. I'm guessing he's just sort of in his own thoughts. He's just amping himself up. That's the kind of person he was. But then obviously when the game's not on, he's probably just a talkative guy.
26 Super Bowl, the Steelers kicker missed a crucial field goal, and one of the Cowboys players, Cliff Harris, thanked him for missing the field goal. And Jack Lambert did not like that.
I love
Another
that.
time, Bengals running back Archie Griffin has an interesting story about when he was blocking.
I love that so much.
Went at Jack with a great deal of intensity, and I caught him with a great block. Hit him with the best block of my entire professional career. Got back to the huddle. To my surprise, the next play called was the same play, toss sweep to the fullback. When I got out there wide right, I looked down inside to see where Jack was lined up because I wanted to make sure that I would take the same approach to him that I had taken the play before. But when I looked down inside, I noticed that Jack was staring right back at me. As soon as the ball snapped, I went after Jack with the same intensity that I'd gone after him to play before. This time I got right into his face, ready to explode into another great block, but wham! He hit me with a forearm that you cannot believe. Lifted me up, put me flat on my back, went across the line of scrimmage, and tackled Pete Johnson for a 3-yard loss. Well, after the play was over, I was still lying on the ground because Jack hit me so hard he had put me in a daze. And Jack saw me lying there, and he walked over to me, stood over the top of me, looked down at me, and he said, "Griffin, if you ever try to block me again, I'll bite your head off."
Unfortunately for Jack, what he was great at was overshadowed by his image. According to fellow teammates and former coaches, everyone raved about how perfect the dude's technique was. His football IQ was off the charts, and being that great, along with a multitude of other great players, is why they won 4 Super Bowls.
Wow.
He led the team in tackles year in and year out. He
was
averaged
a
146
big player.
per season through his 10th year. In the real world, he's a nice dude, a deputy wildlife officer who coaches a bit of youth sports. A lot of people talk about how nice of a guy he is. But don't get me wrong, you don't want to piss the guy off. So the number Jack wore, number 58, is unofficially retired by the team.
Mad. Okay, so, like, I sort of had a feeling this guy would be a solid player, but he's obviously like, I'm guessing it will say like he's a Hall of Fame or something, maybe he's like up there. Because to have your number retired, you've got to literally be top 3 icons, legends of your club or your franchise. To get a retired number, that's literally the peak of anything.
Technically, a player can choose number 58, but just some advice, I wouldn't do that. When Lambert retired, he reportedly told the equipment manager he was not to issue out his number.
Wow.
And apparently, the equipment manager just ignored Lambert and tried to issue out the number anyway. And when Lambert found this out, he later fought the equipment manager outside of the facility because he tried to give out his number.
Interference! Are you
He is massive. And it's the fact that they said he wasn't seen as massive or big, but man was 6'4". I'm guessing over his career he bulked up and sort of strengthened, etc. But yo, fair play. Wait, so this was it said he was around in the 80s and 90s. So he must be about what, 60 years old, 70 years old now. Well, that was a cool video though, and I like how it says he's like got two different personalities. His personality in the sport when he's playing, etc., which is when he's like fighting for the players in the team and like for the fans. And then he's got a sort of his own life where he's sort of helping others train. So he's like did it say he was a trainer basically? And he said like he also moved 40 miles away from his city to live like a quiet life. And I like that. It sort of shows that he really, really did play for the teams that like, he played with his heart for the teams that he played for. Which for the fans, that's the best thing you can see from a player of your team, because it just shows and it sort of makes you more excited to see them play. But yeah, to get his number retired, fair play to him. And yeah, any other videos like this, for sure, just let me know down below, because I really enjoy these ones. They're kind of different, but they sort of let me know more about individual things in the sport and like the more unique things. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.